Guys, and welcome to this week's grammar lesson. Essentially this is going to be just a review over things in terms that you know, and it's about combining sentences, which we have gotten some practice on over the semester. So Tuesday's work is really just review, and you do know this stuff. And we're going to be talking about commas, which we have maybe ad nauseum, Ms. Curran or myself have talked to you about. We've learned fanboys, openers, closers, and interrupters, and we're going to be reviewing interrupters, closers, and openers this week. So just as a tiny review about the whole shebang here, remember commas are going to separate dependent clauses from independent clauses. And so what is that? An independent clause, right, is the part of a sentence that can stand by itself. I love dogs. How do we do that check? Who or what is doing something? Well, it's me. What am I doing? Well, I'm loving. And what do I love? Complete thought, dogs, right? It's an independent clause. It can stand by itself. Dependent clause, that's like a baby, right? It needs an adult to be able to lean on. And so this slide is when in doubt, we can always check, right? Is this an independent clause or is this a dependent clause? An independent clause is always going to have a subject, who or what is doing something. It's always going to have a verb, what are they doing or what are they? And it's always going to have a complete thought. An dependent clause is a fragment. You're also going to review how to make openers, closers, and interrupters. So an opener, right, is a sentence that attaches a dependent clause to an independent clause. So the baby part of the sentence is going to be opening up the sentence. Before the game, and before is like our telltale word that this is going to be a baby part of the sentence, because that word before kind of leaves you hanging. So if I were to remove Aaron and Sean took their dates to Roma's for pizza, and just looked at before the game, and I asked, is this a complete sentence? You would say no. It leaves you hanging, therefore you know it's dependent. So an opener, right, is when you smush the baby part of the sentence in front of the adult part of the sentence. It opens it up, essentially. Conversely, a closer is going to put the baby at the end of the sentence. It's going to close the door behind it, right? So you've got your core sentence and then the dependent part attached to the end. So this is a big sentence for mechanically inclined, but you can see here that the baby part of the sentence is at the end. We can only attach dependent things that can stand on their own to independent things, comma, like a handhold. That like a handhold can't stand by itself. It is a baby part of the sentence. It needs an adult to hang on to. It's closing up the sentence, therefore it's called a closer. And an interrupter, right, pattern looks like this: sentence, interrupter, tense. Okay, sometimes we add information in the middle of a sentence to clarify or add details, and we offset that with a comma. It's like it interrupts, like the annoying baby that interrupts conversation. So Eric, a video game nut, spent his entire weekend playing Halo 3. So if I removed a video game nut, Eric spent his entire weekend playing Halo 3 would be a complete sentence. The baby part of the sentence is in the middle here, interrupting, and it's offset by commas. And so you're just going to review that for Tuesday and then move into Wednesday.